That was a clip from my birthday, and I saw the Blue Man Group. It's my first time ever seeing them. My parents actually, they told me we were going to a fancy restaurant in downtown, and next thing you know, I'm sitting in a theater room, and the Blue Man people are performing. So really like the show, but in terms of workout, what we have here is some heavy back day. What it is we're sticking to around 4 to 6 reps of really heavy. I mean, I've done hypertrophy for like 4 or 5 months. Like, yeah, 4 or 5 months. So now it's really time to work on strength. I mean, you can't stick with the same program and rep range and number of sets, or else your body is going to get used to it. So right now, I'm just changing it up. I'm going more for strength. And here I'm doing seated rows. It's actually not the best form because my neck was popping out. But, when it's heavy, the form isn't going to be perfect. As long as, you're working the muscles how they're supposed to be worked and it's not risky, then I feel like it's fine. Here I have some heavy one arm dumbbell rows. And I really want to, point out how I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together at the beginning of the movement. That's really going to help build up the trapezius and lats, really basically a thick back. Power cleans here. Me and Nico were just throwing them in there for fun. I mean, it wasn't really a planned exercise, but we figured, hey, what the heck? We might as well do them, just for fun. It does work back. It's actually one of the best back building exercises. Here I have 215 on the bar. And the form, I could work on the form there, I'm not going to lie. But this exercise was more of a let's load up the weight and see what happens kind of thing. Damn! Look at Nico's back. It's freaking huge. Here's my lat spread, not as big as his, but I am liking the V taper. I do need to work on my arms though. Now with this gym, I want to talk about the Steve Nash in Guildford. Like a lot of people say it's a pretty sloppy, they don't really like it, but honestly for me, like I really like the gym. Like this is one of the main reasons I like it. They have tires, they have a turf, like a sled you can push, they have TRX, like a CrossFit area, Olympic platforms, and they have so many machines here. Most gyms they get so crowded, but here I've never seen it so crowded that you can't even use a machine or get your workout in. Here is some corrective deadlifting, and I was basically just taking videos to watch my form, and I noticed that I don't know if you guys notice it, but for me, my knees are locking out before my hips lock out. So my knees are straightening out here before my torso is actually upright. Really what I need to focus on is having them lock out in one motion rather than like two separate movements. But other than that, I've been extremely happy with the progress in terms of my size and strength. Alright, so it's 8:57 here with Nico. Uh, Everyone's getting their evaluations done for personal training, but I already did mine, and he doesn't have us today, so just going to Subway on this beautiful morning in Surrey, British Columbia. So, check in with you guys later. Got a meatball marinara footlong, sort of a cheap meal because I sort of skipped breakfast today, but meatball marinara with some ranch dressing, cucumbers, lettuce, tomato salad. Here are some clips from a chest workout with none other than Nico, the workout partner, of course. And this was a more of a heavy chest day, heavy and hypertrophy, so strength hypertrophy, around the 5 to 7 rep range. We were going until right before failure, so just 1 rep before failure. And the emphasis of this workout was upper inner chest. Now, the reason, why we got specific like that is because we try to balance out our muscles. I mean, you should never work out one part of your muscle or one part of your body more than another part. I mean, that could create problems. Now, I made this mistake in high school. All I did was just straight flat bench. I didn't do any back exercises or rotator cuff or, scapular retractions, that sort of stuff to keep my shoulder safe. And I had shoulder problems, so I recommend, going like 2 weeks flat bench and 2 weeks incline bench. That way you're balancing out the muscles, and that way your shoulder's safer, muscles safer, and it looks aesthetic. In this set, you can see I reverse loaded the weight, and what that is just I put on a 5 first, then a 10, then a 25 instead of the other way around. The big weights are on the outside, and I find that, after the first set, when I'm burnt out, take 25s off on each side, then I can get a lot more work in instead of if I loaded the bar how I normally would. If after the first set I just strip 5 pounds off each side, it's basically the same weight that I'm doing. I won't be able to do as many reps as I want. So I reverse loaded it. That way I can keep dropping it by, a high number. That way I can like squeeze out the reps, and as you can see here, only fives are on the bar and I'm like dying. Really pushing it. And good thing I have a spotter. And also another tip, guys, if you have a spotter with you, go all out. Like don't be afraid to go to failure. That's what spotters are for, and they're extremely helpful. Like that's how gains are made. These push-ups aren't full range of motion. Obviously my chest is just done. And I did this as a burnout set to just basically hit every single muscle fiber and really get the most muscle tearing. Some cable crossovers. My tip for this exercise is when you get to the bottom of the movement or at the end of the movement, really squeeze your arms across. So see how I'm crossing my hands? And also turn them in. That's really going to activate the chest. So turn them in, squeeze across, and hold it there. Really, it's like you're hugging a tree or like hugging a barrel. So you're internally rotating your shoulders and crossing them and squeezing at the end of that movement. That's really going to develop the inner chest. And I also supersetted it with tricep pushdowns. I really recommend supersetting, guys. It's just a way to be more productive, and it keeps the blood flowing, keeps up the pump. And also notice how I'm standing almost directly under that cable. That way I can get, more of a full range of motion rather than just stopping up at 90 degrees. You want to try to stretch that tricep as much as you can in both directions, not just coming down, but also coming up. Here's one of my favorite inner upper chest exercises. Not a lot of people do this, but you basically sit almost parallel to the handle and you push the bar across. Really focuses on the inner upper chest.
Just finished hitting chests and triceps, and to be honest, that was one of the best workouts I've had in a while. So I'm going to UBC right now. Got a little snack in my hands here.
Well, that's that for this video, guys. Thanks for tuning in and watching. I hope you guys learned a few things, a few tips here and there as always. And if you did like the video, please subscribe, give the video a like. Questions, comments, or concerns, you can comment below or personal inbox me. Well, till next time, stay shredded.